Welcome to Stitchless, Circle Optics in Focus, our behind-the-scenes deep dive into the vision, technology, leadership, and integration that makes Circle Optics a pioneer in real-time panoramic imaging. I am your host, Jennifer Sertle, VP of Marketing. This special feature of 360 Pulse podcast takes you into the heart of what we are doing, pushing the boundaries of imaging technology and redefining what is possible. In this 4-part series, we explore the why behind our process. So glad you're joining us once again through our Circle Optics journey and a look at the technology happening. We've had a feature really about the vision, and the last episode we had was actually about the technology, and we had a little bit of show and tell with our systems, Hydra and Pegasus. And right now, we're really going to be talking about navigating complexity, which is leadership lessons from high-tech innovation. And again, here I have our Chief Operating Officer, Niazi Gauger, and our CEO, Zach Niazi here. And we will go ahead and jump right in. So, Zach, I'll start with you. Again, what has been the toughest challenge leading an optics company in such a complex industry in a time of AI, in this just really complex time period?
Yeah. I would say that primarily the hardest part is, and this will relate to kind of like any deep tech startup. When it comes to software, you can iterate pretty quickly, get your MVP out, and with very little capital, put something on the market and see how it works. When it comes to hardware products, it typically takes a lot of capital to deploy that first product. And it takes a long time. And particularly when it comes to novel optics, the lead times are very long. The capital that you need to deploy a prototype is on the order of hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, rather than kind of like software where you push a button, you see, does the product kind of come together correctly for the MVP? With optics, when you push that button, it's many, many months, if not years, for that first iteration, many hundreds of thousands of dollars just to push the button and see how it works. And so I think that's really the toughest part about managing the complexity of an organization like this is we're trying to do something that's never been done before when it comes to rebuilding lenses from the ground up to be designed for panoramic. And so when you look at what it takes to do that, we've got to build the basic infrastructure and the tools to rebuild those lenses from scratch. And, so doing that requires a lot of capital, requires a lot of time. But we've got a long view, and we believe that down the road, this is going to be foundational to where the industry is going to have this option to have panoramic vision for a whole range of products in the future. It takes a lot longer than anyone thinks, and a lot more capital. And I think that those are the complexities that you have to navigate when working in an industry like this.
Yeah, I heard a description once that it used to be that when you were driving or building a company, it was like driving on a road and you had to have that kind of navigation. And now it's like flying an airplane, where it's like you know where you're going, but you really, really have to pivot. So how is it that you make strategic decision in uncertain environments with such, you're designing a market. I don't know that everyone believes it's possible what you've done. So you've got disbelief to deal with, as well as really demonstrating the value. So how is it that you make strategic decisions?
Yeah. I would say that we're very focused when it comes to the long term of where we want to be one day. Having panoramic cameras in all these different products and all these different use cases, like where we want to go is fundamentally disrupt the industry and enable this game changer for a variety of products down the road. But where we have to be fundamentally agile is the tactics and where we are today to get there. And so, it's kind of like driving in the fog, in general where you're trying to go. Mm-hmm. You've got those directions on, Google Street View, and it tells you where you're going to end up. You know what that looks like. But it's a foggy road. You don't know exactly where you are today. You just have to navigate as best as you can. And that comes with a lot of complexities, particularly when it comes to pulling in cash, having the long view, the long game. What can we do with the resources that we have today to get to that next step, that next milestone? What is that next milestone? How can we unlock it? Get the team in line to, be able to drive towards that. That's the level of execution where you just have to be agile and kind of go with what we have and what's available.
That's great. While Zach is really kind of setting the stage with both the vision and the technology roadmap, Ian is really working on building the team and really governing a lot of individual talented people, which is quite complex. So my question to you, Ian, is what leadership qualities are essential in Circle Optics in particular? And then I'm going to ask you about how it is you balance innovation with operational execution.
Yeah, I think something that's essential, not just for Circle Optics, but for any startup is communication. You communicate with one another. It has to be efficient communication because, we don't have the resources to waste time. It's communication with your customers so that you know precisely what their needs are and you're building towards their needs. Again, we don't have the ability to build products that, don't hit the customer needs. And communication with your stakeholders, being that we've raised, investment, we have to, constantly be communicating with our stakeholders to let them know that we are progressing, that we are being good stewards of that capital that was provided to us. In terms of balancing innovation and operational execution, I think something that we've been very successful there because, Zach and I, and just how different we are in terms of like where we each excel in these things. And you have to have this level of trust in one another that, when it comes to something that, they're good at, that, you're going to trust them to go do that and execute. And, we can't each spend time doing each other's jobs or doing the jobs of everyone else at the company. So you have to have a lot of trust in your team members and, in your founders.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I am going to take this opportunity now. We just had an amazing 2025 strategy meeting, and we talked about really our roadmap and our talent roadmap. And the discussion was to be able to get prepared for scale, to actually have bench strength for people that we may not be able to hire today, but we know we'll be able to hire in the next 24 months. Do you want to just share maybe a couple of positions that are going to be opening that we hope if people are listening and they want to be part of the future designing wide field of view imaging, what positions are we going to be building our bench strength on?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a couple key hires that we're going to have to make this year. We're going to need some more optical talent. We had one of our optical engineers retire last year, which is great for them, but we need backfill there. But, as we're starting to take more of our designs and realize them and put them together in real life, we need optics technicians, people with optomechanical proficiency who can work in the lab, metrology, testing the lenses, and then, assembling everything together. In addition to that, we're looking to expand our business development team. Again, as our products are maturing, we are, getting ready to go out there and start selling. And not only do we need salespeople, we need someone who can build out that sales pipeline, help us write the playbook for how we're going to sell these systems.
That's great. Thank you. You've been listening to Stitchless, Circle Optics in Focus, and we hope that you will join us on this journey as we build not only the vision of this new technology, but also begin to scale it as Ian had just shared. So please like this program, share this program, find us on our website, find us on LinkedIn. We look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for joining us.